Mike, it does look, it's raining there right now. How heavy is that rain?
John, it's very heavy. It's pretty incredible how much the wind and rain have picked up over the past hour. I'm sure you're probably noticing it through the live shots and live pictures. Now, about 38,000 people are without power here in Wilmington at last check. And I want to show you some video of the moment one part of the city lost power. This is video of transformers blowing. And overnight, photographer Jordan Sawyers and I actually heard 2 transformers blow ourselves. And that's just a taste of how strong this storm is. And we're not even feeling the full storm yet. This is really just the beginning. As far as other conditions here, we are starting to see some damage to buildings. To our own hotel, we're seeing damage to the roof. And again, we're learning that this could just be the beginning, so we'll definitely keep you updated on how things progress out here. But for now, reporting live, Micah Smith, WBTV, on your side.
All right, Micah, don't go too far yet here. Al has some new information that he is getting in to tell you about, which is going to impact where she is.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that, we've been advising our crews, Chris and I, and our whole weather team here on what you can expect down at the coast, because obviously your safety is paramount. That's more important than anything else that we do here. And I just want you to understand that the weather is going to turn dramatically worse for you in the next 1 to 2 hours. This thing is only 20 miles offshore right now from your position. So we're going to get off the boxes for a minute. And I want to show our viewers at home the radar, and hopefully you'll be able to see this. But what I'm trying to point out here is that eye right now, so we take the radar full, is only about 20 miles offshore. And where Micah is essentially where the G and the T are there in Wilmington. She's over near the University City area, so she's not right onshore, and our crews are not near salt water. So the flooding issue there, at least from salt water, should be okay. But the wind has been to her back the entire time, Micah. I'm sure of that. But what's going to happen here as this thing moves onshore, it's going to get into your face. And you're going to see wind gusts getting up into the 90-mile-per-hour range. I just want you guys to understand that. I hope we keep your signal. I'm not sure, though, that we're going to be able to do that. But let's bring Micah back. And again, Weather Service down there just put out a statement within the last half hour to be prepared in New Hanover, where you are, for 90-mile-per-hour wind gusts at least that high. So just be careful, please. I know you have been, but I just want to make sure that you understand what's coming your way.
Al, I really appreciate that. I do have a question for you.
Sure.
Any idea about sustained wind? How many miles per hour are we talking?
Yeah, so far what the winds that we're seeing sustained there are in that 60 to 75 mile per hour range, but the problem is the gusts. The gusts are what's going to bring down the trees. We're seeing that. We just saw it north of you in Kirkland, which is just up 17 from where you are. It's probably about 5 miles from where you are, an 87 mile per hour gust. Those gusts are going to be going up. So I just want to make sure that you and your equipment are nowhere near any trees or anything like that, because that is likely going to come down. Kristen's been showing awnings coming down already. So it's those types of things that we're going to see go first. But just in the next 2 hours, your weather is going to go substantially in the wrong direction. And the wind will be in your face, not to your back.
All right, Al, thank you so much. That'll give us some time, at least, to start preparing for what's headed our way. And thanks to you, we now know that a lot more of this is coming toward us.
And from what we understand, parents are starting to now march toward the school. They're demanding that they get their kids. It looks like, authorities blocked off the roads in both directions. But it appears that officials are not necessarily stopping them from doing this. So you're looking live here. This is right at Matthews Mint Hill Road at Moore Road. And parents, I'm guessing maybe taking matters into their own hands in a sense, who have been waiting for the last at least hour to hear from somebody about the status of their students. Now marching, and our coach Lamont Odoms, who has 3 children at the school, following along with them. Coach Lamont, can you, okay, his mic is not on. We'll keep it on this picture here if we want to go back and see the crowd just making their way down Matthews Mint Hill Road toward Butler High School. But Coach Lamont Odoms has 3 children at the school. He is among those parents who have been waiting to find out if their child is okay, one, and when they can pick up their child. So, and police aren't stopping the parents from letting them down Matthews Mint Hill Road toward the school. So go ahead, Coach.
So what it seems as if happening right now, we have parents that have pretty much just taking upon themselves to start walking down to the school. We're trying to find out exactly if parents are going to be allowed to take their students out of the school right now. Caroline Hicks and I, we saw the crowd of parents walking, so we just grabbed our equipment and we just started following the crowd. I've talked to several parents this morning. Pretty much some parents received a call from Butler High School concerning the incident that took place. We had other parents that did not receive a call from them, but outlets like ours, they were able to find out exactly what went on. As of right now, there has been no plan, or us parents have not been notified on if we will be able to take our kids out of school right now. The more information we find out, the more that we'll let you guys know. But as of right now, we're just following the crowd.
Coach, does it appear at all any authorities are trying to stop the parents from making their way down toward the school?
No, actually, as we were walking, as Caroline and I were walking, we walked by police officers that did not try to stop us. So I believe that they are allowing parents to go to the school to get their kids. I'm going to get my kids. I especially want to talk to my daughter, Kaden, who witnessed the incident. And I want to find out, first and foremost, what happened with her, and also any other situations that may be taking place.
All right, Coach, do you know exactly how far it is from that intersection there to the school, and how long it might take you to walk to the school itself?
Well, we're actually right now on the grounds of the school. It's probably about half a block. We're on the grounds of the school right now. We're walking through the grass, as you can see other parents doing as well. Walking towards the front doors, how they're going to organize this, and how they're going to allow parents to actually grab their kids is yet to be seen yet. Are you a parent?
Yeah. We just organized to come back across the highway because our children were getting word they aren't going to bus anybody, which, as you can see, there's really no buses. So they weren't going to bus anybody over to Elevation Church.
Elevation is where they told parents to go, the meeting place. Got it.
So while waiting, and we heard the information that they weren't going to bus anybody, we decided we would just organize, come across Independence. And I really want to encourage either CMPD or Matthews Police. We need an escort crossing a highway that big. Did you cross it?
No, actually, so parents have organized to come to the school to demand answers, so to speak, on when they'll be able to pick up their kids.
Well, they were encouraging the children to stay in place, but I'm not comfortable leaving my child in a building that couldn't have been secured from a gun this morning. And how many more guns are in there? It's silly. I'm not leaving my child here.
Yeah, thank you.
Not today.
Thank you. So as you can imagine, this is the sentiment that many parents are feeling right now. What was your name, sir?
Kyle.
Kyle. Thank you, Kyle. How many students do you have?
I have one.
One? What grade?
A senior.
Have you talked to your child?
Said they're going to let them go to second block and then dismiss them from there. That's just a student text.
Could you repeat what they just said?
My daughter said that they're probably going to move the kids to second block and then dismiss them from there.
Okay. Did they mention the procedure for dismissal? Because you mentioned that you didn't hear anything about busing. So if they don't have buses, how are they going to get home?
Right, exactly. And that became the issue really quickly. Was the rendezvous at Elevation was okay, but with a lot of students without.
Right now there's something that's being said.
All right, this is a very developing situation here. We are live now, apparently on the grounds of Butler High School, where a huge crowd of parents has marched looking for answers, looking to see if they can get their students from the school here after the shooting at the school earlier this morning. Again, an isolated shooting incident involving just 2 students. 1 student taken into custody, another student taken to the hospital who was wounded in this shooting. We do not know the condition. You can see somewhat some confusion out there on the scene. But again, now on the campus of Butler High School, one parent getting information from a student, apparently a child, saying that after they go to the second block, they will release students from the school. But initially they were told to let the students stay in place where they were. So now we're waiting for information from the school itself and possibly from police to see exactly what is being allowed to happen out here this morning.
Yeah, parents kind of taking matters into their own hands. It seems like much of this crowd came from Elevation Church, which is right there at Matthews Mint Hill Road in Independence, and were apparently told to stage there. And when they weren't really getting information on when their children were going to be able to leave, they literally crossed Independence Boulevard, it sounds like, from what that one dad was saying, and marched their way down to Butler High School, which would be a mile or so down from Elevation Church Matthews. So seeing some emotion there on scene. Coach Lamont is with someone right now. Coach, who are you with right now?
Yeah, I'm with a young lady who is a student here at Butler. Sweetheart, what's your name?
Marley.
Marley? All right, so tell us what happened. What happened when you were inside the building?
During first block, when the bell had rung, we was all going to first block, which is in the 800. My first block is in the 800. And everybody was telling us to run. Like, as soon as we had gotten there, it was a bunch of people running and somebody yelled, somebody got a gun. And then you heard a shotgun. Like, it was kind of low. And we all ran in the classroom, and then they announced on there lockdown immediately, and then like everybody started saying that somebody had got shot, but we didn't know who. And then everybody like came out with a picture of Bobby, and he goes to our school. I'm supposed to say his name, but yeah. So
Dad, you got the call. Did you get the call from the school, or did you get the call from your daughter?
From my daughter, and she basically texted us, letting know what was going on. We already had a plan in place because, you know, a lot of school shootings happen these days. So we had a plan in place. You know, they did it, and everything came out all right.
Live from Charlotte, this is WBTV News, on your side.
The wait is finally over.
I don't think our city has seen really anything like this.
NBA All-Star Weekend is here in Charlotte. 150,000 visitors expected as the city hosts its biggest ever sporting event.
It's very exciting. Charlotte needs to do more of this work.
And with this huge event comes huge crowds, creating what could be a traffic nightmare.
The best plan in the world is not going to stop some of the congestion that we're anticipating through Charlotte.
We're on your side this morning with live team coverage, helping you prepare as Charlotte takes the national spotlight.
And good morning. Welcome to WBTV News this morning. It is Friday, February 15th. I'm John Corton.
And I'm Christine Spiro. Live look behind us here at Bojangles Coliseum, where the NBA All-Star Celebrity Game will be held tonight.
And later today, that area is going to be jam-packed with fans. So a lot of people are wondering, how's the weather going to be shaping up, especially if I'm having to stand outside in lines. Let's get right to meteorologist Al Conklin in the First Alert Weather Center.
John, not going to be the prettiest day, but we should have a dry day today. Now, heading out tonight, that's a different story. Rain is likely going to be in the area, and we'll take a look at that on Futurecast. Now, our HD Tower Cam this morning, good visibility out there. Mostly cloudy skies here early on this morning. Those clouds, coupled with a southerly breeze, has actually kept our temperatures up. We're a lot warmer this morning than we were at this time yesterday. 50 Gastonia and Monroe. We're just shy of that here in Charlotte at 49, 43 Boone, 47 Hickory and Shelby, and 47 as well in Albemarle. Now for today, again, clouds will dominate, but the rain chances remain low during the daylight hours. Near 50 this morning, closer to 60 at lunchtime, and mostly cloudy, mid-60s this afternoon. Again, there's not much rain around right now. That changes. In fact, we've got rain in the forecast tonight and a first alert for tomorrow during the morning hours, and that may be the first of several rounds of rain that'll impact us over the next few days. I'll have more on that coming up in just a couple minutes with our 7-day planner. Right now, let's check in with Chris, get an update on First Alert traffic.
Al, thank you. First Alert Traffic is sponsored by Toyota of North Charlotte. Accidents reported now on Albemarle Road at Central Avenue and Redmond Road. Seeing intermittent delays there, but this is reported as an injury accident. You're looking live at I-77 out at Remount Road. Starting to go into the rush hour, and that traffic is picking up. Lake Norman, 18 minutes, 66 miles an hour. No volume delays as of yet. Looking good across the lake. Gastonia in the green through Lowell, McAdenville, and up to 485. Charlotte Metro, again, 7785 looking A-OK. Concord and Kannapolis looking good. And if you're coming out of Rock Hill, in the green as well. That is a check of your First Alert traffic. Christine, over to you.
Chris, thank you. The largest sporting event to ever come to the Queen City is finally here. The NBA All-Star Weekend begins today, and right now, Charlotte Mecklenburg Police has shut down several streets in and around where this weekend's All-Star events will take place. Follow me over to the map here and we'll show you. Here's a look at the closures in Uptown Charlotte. Obviously, you see the Spectrum Center here. 4th and 6th Street at Caldwell and Brevard will be closed. Also, East Trade Street here and East 5th Street also going to be closed. John, you have more closures to talk about.
Oh, yeah. Well, not so much closures. It's just heavy traffic around Bojangles Coliseum. Here's Independence Boulevard. This is going west, and then this is going east here. And, of course, the Celebrity All-Star Game is being played here, and that's going to mean a lot of traffic in that area, so you may want to avoid there later on this evening. Now, our Caroline Hicks is live this morning from Bojangles Coliseum with the latest on what's going on out there and what we can expect. Good morning, Caroline.
Good morning, John. The parking lot here at Bojangles Coliseum is starting to fill up as employees show up, and in just a few hours, the arena is going to start filling up for events that are going to be going on all day leading up to the NBA All-Star Celebrity Game. That's going to be a game drawing people from across the world, paying thousands of dollars to see the action on the court. And there's going to be things going on throughout the day all across the city of Charlotte as the NBA players take part in basketball camps and service projects. Meanwhile, here at Bojangles Coliseum, the fun kicks off at 11 a.m. with the Mountain Dew Ice Rising Stars practice. Then at 5 o'clock, the NBA hosts a Special Olympics unified game, also here at the Coliseum. And that is also when the doors will open for the celebrity game that kicks off at 7 o'clock. And you mentioned some of that traffic. If you live in Charlotte or work here, you have likely dealt with the traffic on Independence Boulevard. So that's something we're going to be monitoring throughout the day. And like you said, police are asking you to just avoid that area if you can. They're not shutting it down, but they are expecting lots of traffic. Reporting live outside Bojangles Coliseum, Caroline Hicks, WBTV, on your side.
All right, thank you, Caroline. WBTV Sharon Hayes continues our live team coverage in Uptown Charlotte. And Sharon, how is the Charlotte Area Transit System, or CATS, upping its security for All-Star Weekend?
Well, you know, with several of the changes coming as far as travel when it comes to the All-Star Weekend, that has extended to the light rail, and you're going to want to know these rules if you're taking them here to Uptown Charlotte. Now, after 5 each day this weekend, including this upcoming day, tonight, riders coming through Uptown will be stopped at 2 locations. That's 7th and 3rd Street stations. There, everyone will have to get off and go through a security sweep. Now, this is the key point that you need to remember. They'll only let you back on board if you have a clear bag. That's a bag that's completely see-through, or you will not be able to return into the light rail, or you can have no bag at all, of course. Now, while riders that we've spoken to have split opinions on this, local leaders say this is a necessary precaution just to make sure the whole event goes through smoothly and safely.
You know, it's a lot of stuff going on in the world, and this is a big event, and I think that either no bags or clear bags. So I really think that's okay.
Overkill. That's what I think. I get it's for our safety, but I don't think they prepared enough to have people come and enjoy themselves without feeling the frustration.
Now, CATS officials do tell us that this could slow things down a bit. They say while a typical stop takes around 30 seconds, this could extend it up to 3 minutes. So you're going to want to have those minutes in account when you're planning your travel here to Uptown Charlotte. I'm Sharon Hayes reporting live in Charlotte, WBTV, on your side.
Hey, just another important reminder here. CATS is temporarily relocating its transportation center during the NBA All-Star Weekend. The center is moved from its normal spot up there to the surface parking lot across from the 7th Street Station parking deck. An important thing you need to know about there. And this afternoon, Some Charlotte-Mecklenburg school students are going to be getting out of class a little early. The 5 CMS schools you see on your screen here are going to be dismissing students at 12:15. They want to avoid the rush of the all-star traffic. The schools are all located in or around uptown Charlotte, as you can see. Now, all other CMS schools will be dismissing at normal times today.